morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to have a little bit of a look at some Pokemon news that's been dropping over the past few days. It's been a really good time for Pokemon news, if I'm honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get stuck in and have a gander, shall we? Now, first of all, we need to have a little bit of a look at an Orbeetle V-Box, which has gone and been revealed. Now, remember that Orbeetle is one of the Pokemon from Vivid Voltage, which has actually made it onto the booster packs. We know that Orbeetle V and Orbeetle VMAX will be coming in Vivid Voltage. And essentially, this is going to be coming around on the 20th of November, and is going to cost $20. Now, to be fair, this is a fairly standard box, right? We've seen this many times before. You get the regular promo, you get the oversized promo, and you get 4 booster packs. That is exactly what we would expect, so that's kind of cool. I mean, in Japan, this was actually a box topper promo given away with a couple of boxes of Astonishing Volt Tackle, which is their equivalent of our Vivid Voltage. So we knew it had to be given out in some way, and we do have confirmation here that it is being given out as its own little promo here. As for whether Orbeetle is any good, whether it's something we're actually going to want to be playing around with, it's fine. I mean, Orbeetle V itself I'm not terribly excited about. For 1 grass energy, you do 20 damage and you may switch to the bench. So, bit of a hit and run attack, but 20 damage is not going to get us too many wins too quickly, I think is fair to say. And then for 2 energy, you do 50 damage, plus 30 for each energy attached to your opponent's active, which can be good for punishing your opponent if they attach lots of energy. And especially if you're hitting for weakness, this is awesome. There just isn't really very much around at the moment that is weak to grass to take advantage of, which is sad. Honestly, the best thing about Orbeetle is Orbeetle VMAX. And now you do have another attack that punishes them for energy, 50 damage base plus 50 more for each energy attached to your opponent's active. So my thoughts on this are exactly the same as the thoughts on the previous attack, except it's actually a more powerful, better attack. Yay! But it's got the ability Laser Beam. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is your active, you may put 1 damage counter on each of your opponent's Pokemon. And because it happens during your turn, you can have multiple Orbeetle VMAX and be spreading multiple damage by flicking them in and out of the active. So that's kind of cool, and I like that, and it makes me happy. I don't love Orbeetle V, but you need the V if you're going to play the VMAX, and this has got kind of cool artwork. This is another one of those boxes where it's unlikely to be an absolutely essential purchase that you have to go and buy, but it's going to be a cool little box for people that are fans of the Pokemon. It's going to be a great little present for younger Pokemon fans to get the Jumbo and the guaranteed Pokemon V in 4 packs as well. It's a cool little box. Now, you'll notice a little while ago, and I should give shout out to Primal Luger over at Poké Guardian for pointing this out as well, we were expecting a Champions Path V-Box in November along the same lines as the Double Box or the Hatterene Box. Another Champions Path box. It looks like it wasn't another Champions Path box. It looks like it was this. And Champions Path is kind of an exciting set. And I'll be perfectly honest with you here. Kind of wanted another Champions Path box. It's not all bad. But it does seem like that third Champions Path box we were expecting is not actually a Champions Path box at all. It is this. Never mind. Now, I also need to give a bit of love to Primal Lugia for bringing my attention to some new Checklane Blisters. Some new products which have kind of gone and snuck their way out. They are the Vivid Voltage Premium Checklane Blisters, and they feature Luxray and Chandelure. And, I mean, you know I'm a bit of a Chandelure fanboy at this stage, so that's kind of cool. Then the usual things, you pick them up, and you get yourself an entire Evolution line along with a coin and a booster pack, and they generally retail for $6.99, and these ones are going to be released on November the 13th, 2020, which of course is the release date of Vivid Voltage, and is clearly intended to coincide with the release of Vivid Voltage. Well, would you look at that? I mean, I'm in it for the Empoleon coins, if nothing else. They make me rather happy. And I do like Chandelure, and this Luxray is actually kind of good. I can't necessarily say the Chandelure is particularly good. I like it. It's got an ability that says any of your Pokemon with energy attached have no weakness, but as a stage 2, it's too awkward to tech in. And again, 2 energy, 110 plus confusion is fun, but the reality is people just aren't going to end up playing it because it's not quite enough. Now, the Luxray is a weird one, because Luxray has actually come around as a pre-release promo in Rebel Clash, and has been in the set properly. Yes, I should have mentioned these are Rebel Clash cards, being given away in Vivid Voltage Checklane Blisters. And I've seen this Luxray be played, and I know it's kind of a cool deck. It's got an attack that for a single energy does 60 damage, but if it evolved from Luxio during this turn, you do 100 more damage, which is very, very cool. Now, you can use Scoop Up Net to essentially reuse this over and over again, and it is pretty good in terms of damage relative to how much energy you're popping on. Is it going to end up being good enough? Maybe. You never know. Shall we say there are some reservations rolling around. It is worth noting, as a little bit of a side note here, that both the Luxio and the Lampent from Rebel Clash have the top entry ability, which lets you, if you draw it as your card for the turn, put it straight onto your bench, and then you're basically cheating your stage 1 out. And remember, you can use Oranguru to put it directly onto the top of your deck to guarantee that you will draw it as your top card next turn. Unless your opponent plays something like a Marnie, which will ruin that plan. But hey-ho. So interesting little cards. It is worth, of course, noting that because you're getting the full evolution line in the Checklane Blisters, you are getting the Luxio and the Lampent that have the top entry ability. So, you know, if you want to play these, they're amazing. And I think that's probably what they're there for, right? If you want to play a Luxray deck, go buy 4 of these and you've got the 4-4-4 line and you're rolling. If you want to play a Chandelure deck, go play 4 of these and you've got the 4-4-4 line and you're rolling. If you don't want to play these, I'm not sure you want to pay $7 for this evolution line and a booster pack. I mean, the sad thing here is you're not even getting a different holo pattern. So that would be a reason to buy them. It used to be that blisters like this, the holo would be different to the holo you would find in the set. So you would at least have a reason to buy it, because you'd go, well, you know what, the holo here is different, so these are admittedly mildly, but they are still exclusive cards, so there's that. You don't even get that, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen. Never mind. Now, the last story I want to talk about today is about Cramorant VMAX. Yeah, that's right. Cramorant VMAX, and shout out to the lovely Antoine Boulet for bringing this to our attention. You see, there is a product listing which has come around, which we missed, and Primal Luger at Poke Guardians talked about this as well, but it was Antoine Boulet that made us aware of it, which is listing a new VMAX special set. And it has confirmed the existence of Cramorant VMAX. Now, this is cool, right? Because Cramorant V is a really, really good card. Cramorant V, for 1 energy, lets you search a deck for any 2 cards and put them in your hand. That's fine, although you're then sat in the active waiting to take a hit. But for 3 energy, you discard all your energy and do 160 to one of your opponent's bench. So any deck playing Welder can use Welder and attachment for the turn, and then go ahead and get a 1-hit KO on a Dedenne, for instance, to go and win the game. It's a good card, it's seen a bunch of play. Now we're getting a VMAX. Now, I'm not seeing any note here that we're going to be getting a new Cramorant V, so essentially it is a Cramorant VMAX, which will be going on to the existing Cramorant V. Although, with how late it's being revealed, there's a chance it might actually rotate a year later than Cramorant V, which will give us a weird unplayable VMAX card. But then maybe we get another Cramorant V. Let's not worry too much. It is scheduled for release on the 23rd of October, so we're not going to have too much longer to wait to see them. And the pack is going to include one pack with 3 holofoil energies and 1 guaranteed VMAX card. Now, there are 4 VMAXs in total, and you get 3 holofoil energy to max the typing. Now, of course, straight off the bat, many of you are probably going, well, hang on a second, Wassy. Cramorant is a colourless Pokemon. How are we possibly going to do this? I don't know, maybe Cramorant VMAX becomes a water Pokemon. We've not seen any VMAXs that change typing from the V to the VMAX, but that's not to say it couldn't or it's impossible. Just nothing we've seen so far. Cramorant is flying and water, so it comes through as a colourless because of its flying type, but it could be water, so maybe we get the water energy. Now, I have told you get one pack with a VMAX and 3 holo energies matching them. Clearly, we need to know what the other 3 are. We know one of them, and that should tell us the other 2. We know that one of them is an alternate art version of Cinderace VMAX. I love the alternate artwork. That makes it a bit more interesting. So, look, there's 3 of them coming. One of them is an alternate art Cinderace VMAX. Maybe the other 2 aren't Inteleon VMAX and Rillaboom VMAX, but they blatantly are. Like, they're definitely going to be. It makes no sense otherwise. I refuse to believe that they're going to put Cinderace in and not put the other 2 starters when the other 2 are unannounced, so yeah. Now, I'm not entirely sure whether these packs are random or not, whether you get a random VMAX or you get to choose which one you're getting. So this is kind of interesting to me. You just buy a pack that gets 3 holo energies and a VMAX. And then you also get 8 booster packs, which is one of each release so far up to Astonishing Volt Tackle. Now, Prouducts did do the maths on this, but I have checked it and it is right. Astonishing Volt Tackle is essentially the 8th type of booster pack released. So that gives you one of each so far, which is very cool. So you get 1 booster pack of each set, plus the guaranteed VMAX and the holo energies. I'll be honest with you, I try not to buy too many Japanese products for the sake of my poor wallet, but this sounds like one of the coolest Japanese products we've had revealed in a long time, so I'm kind of in on this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm kind of in on it. Now, this was listed alongside the upcoming Sword and Shield 4A, which is the Shiny Star V, the one that's bringing all those shiny Pokemon in. So we should know in the not too distant future a little bit more about this set. That set is due for release on the 20th of November, so we've got a little bit of a wait for that one. But like I say, this set's coming out on the 23rd of October, so we should have images of these a little bit later on. Right, that's what we know, ladies and gentlemen. This sounds like an awesome product that I am very excited about, but we're going to need to wait to get a bit more information on it. Shout out to Primal Lugia and Antoine Boulet for making it nice and easy. For now, I want to know what you think about all of these news stories, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! But be nice, would ya? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.